Hey guys, good evening. I'm Deepak. So we'll be waiting for 2 more minutes. Meanwhile, we didn't explore we didn't declare what is the topic actually. We just told opportunities. So do you people has any expectation? If you have any expectation or any guesses of what our event is, put a tip in chat. Let's see. And also invite your friends. This is very important session, which has been not taught in college or which will not you get knowledge in college at all. Aditya, you can see my screen, right?
Yeah, it's visible. You can start.
Okay. Okay. Good evening, guys. So after a long break, like past our event was Hacktoberfest, and now we have come up with good idea called opportunities. I had asked like if anyone has any guesses, but I didn't get any response. It's okay. Let it be suspense. We shall start now. So it will be more interactive and informal way. So if you have any doubts or any questions, you can put it in chat. And also in last, we will be having again question section. So there also you can ask. So our topic name is opportunities, and you can see various logos like Microsoft Ambassador, Google Summer of Code, GitHub, MLH, Developer, Google, Season of Code, GSOC. You might have felt like we are exploring about some community basis. So first of all, I have to tell like who are we. So those there are many people who are newcomers this time. So also we have created our own website. I'm happy to show it to you all. So our team member Pranav has created a website for us, MLSAC Club. So you all know Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador, and we are from Saptagiri College of Engineering. But it is not limited to our college or any particular department, and it is in we are inviting to every student of Tier 2, Tier 3 colleges because we want every student to get opportunity. So coming to tell about us, it is a community based on my group of Microsoft Learn Student Ambassadors. We will explain who are we, what is this Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador, and we are on a mission to create a platform where students can explore, learn, create. Yes. So last time we introduced Hacktoberfest, a open source world to our attendees, and we got a good response. And our community has grown up to 150 plus students from various colleges, and we have our event like Hacktoberfest GitHub event had 220 pull requests. That was a record for us, and we have a 5 months of experience. Like our club has been started 5 months before, and we recently we have connected one event up from in the MLSA, but we have connected various other events in name of Girl Script because we are all in the same team but different clubs. Coming to our what are we doing here? So we have hands-on sessions, boot camps, seminars, and placement series. Yes, the placement series will be starting soon, and today we'll be giving a seminar, boot camps, hands-on sessions. These are also coming. Like previous Hacktoberfest was on hands-on sessions. So here we will be putting up our Hacktoberfest experience article, and we will be also encouraging others to come up and write articles on any technical, non-technical topics under our club in Medium. So if you want to contact, we have our own Gmail ID and we have our own LinkedIn page, official Twitter page. You can uh, ping us there also, and we also have a WhatsApp group. Later, our teammate will put it up in chat if you are not present in group, because we will update everything in our group itself. So coming back to, so you got to know who are we, MLSA Club. So overview. So it's first we'll be saying story and biggest mistake, solution, path. I can bet that you haven't seen such overview before, and that is how we are going now. So our first slide is all about a story. It starts all from a story. So it's a meet Harry, an anime character called Harry. He is a student of engineering like us. He has scored very well, 8 CGPA, 8 plus CGPA, and he is very good at Java, C, Python. He has learnt in college itself, and he also worked on data science. I mean, sorry, data structures and algorithms. He has practiced well, and he also gained some certificate, paid and unpaid certificates like Python or Java or any other like DBMS, HTML, CSS, web development certificates. And he also made academic project. We all know like academic project like in college, if you are second year or third year, you should know that in third year you will be getting one DBMS project on database, and next will be final year project, and another on file structure if you are IS student. In CS there is another project. I don't know, but there are around three to four projects you have to do in engineering life. So this Harry has all those four projects in hand and good knowledge of DS and Algo, Java, C, Python, and a few certificates with 8 plus CGPA. We will be meeting up one more guy called John. So he is also scoring 8 plus CGPA. He also have a good knowledge on Java, C, Python, practiced in data structure and algorithms. But he has also participated. He was an active participant in college coding club or any other clubs like non-technical, technical clubs. And he's also volunteering in few developer community like GDG. We'll explain what is GDG. So any few developers community just for any weekends and all or online, and he has some few projects. Let us see what's happened now. So these people, after coming to final year, they attend a placement, clears round one, round two, round three, technical, coding, aptitude, and they come to placement last round. If they sit together, then let's see what happens. The first question, tell me about your projects. It has been asked for Harry, and he says about his DBMS project, final year project, also a website created in some so and so using technology, um, which has been as a part of academic projects. If the same question is being asked to John, he says that he has created a virtual assistant app using Flutter, developed a website and hosted in AWS Cloud, developed a machine learning model using CNN. And he continues saying about his other projects. So the HR will ask the next question. Challenge you faced in engineering life. So Harry, he's a good guy, has explored many projects. He said, well, he will start and so on. So he will tell about his challenges he faced in engineering life, like he got low CGPA and how he increased it, or he got some issues in college and how he managed it. So and most of the people in engineering, if this question has been asked, they answer no, or they might make up story there itself. So HR will identify it easily. So Harry says its own reasons, but most of the answer will be no. But when it is been asked to John, he says, well, I faced challenges during hackathons. One such example is during an hackathon where he had to link an API to our website and our team couldn't find a solution and came up with some so and so. So what is happening here is the HR is expecting some challenges the student is facing has already faced in engineering life, right? So John had various answers for it because he has participated in various community developers community. He was an active participant in coding club, technical clubs. He was an active participant in other things also. So of course he will be facing few challenges, right? So he is just explaining one challenge on it, and he's explaining like some basic API. It's a technical thing. If you don't know API, don't worry. This will be coming up in upcoming sessions. These are few technical topics. Then third question will be like, why should we hire you? This is the most frequent or most common question asked by any company to most of the people. So the when it is asked, it is been asked to Harry, he will say, I have good communication skills, leadership, quick learner. He will say I'm adaptable. He can also say like I'm good orator. I can handle the stress. So and so he will be setting continuous. But John, if it is same question, why should we hire as to John? He says, I have showcased my leadership skills by conducting and leading teams during competitions, so you can depend on me to get things done. And he will also say another reason, I saw your company working on AWS cloud and I have made projects on it. Hence, I can assure that I am more fit to this role. So yeah, of course, John has worked on various projects. So he has went through the website of that company, and he also got to know by developers of that company like what are the projects they are doing on. And so hence he also worked on the same. Here AWS cloud, we are just using an example. It's not mandatory that we should be knowing AWS cloud. And one more thing, he's telling he has leadership skills with an example. He's not just telling I'm good at communication, I'm good at leadership, I'm good at so and so, like Harry, what he says, like quick learner. He is giving a real-time example of how he had proved already that he has those so and so skills, right? So after seeing these three questions, if you are a recruiter, whom do you choose? So may I expect the your answers in chat box? Let it not make it boring. Answers in chat box. Wait, am I alone here? You people can hear me, right? Okay, one guy is saying John. So guys, I'm asking one more time. If you are a recruiter, whom do you hire? Whom will you choose to hire? Yes, many people are saying you will be hiring John. Now, make yourself, what does the recruiter in real world, in our placements, what does the recruiter expect in you? Will he expect you to be a Harry or John? What does the recruiter expect in you? What skills or what quality, like, or Harry kind of, or John? I got only one answer. So only one guy want to become John, so others are Harry. There are more than 30 students and only two people are active. It's okay, we are not asking you to speak up, we are just asking you to put your answers. Well, so this is the this is all about our motto. We are encouraging you, we want you to become John rather than Harry. There are thousands of Harrys in a college, but it is the person who is like John who makes into the placements. There are chances that the luck will happen, so and so. If you are in top tier colleges, there is no need of like becoming John and Harry. Your college name will take you up in placements. But what about colleges of tier 2, tier 3 and rural colleges? How will you make a standout? That is the matter, right? You can't blame your college for not bringing companies or not giving you placement opportunities, or if you are not able to crack any exams. It is solely dependent on you. You can't regret that, oh gosh, I have came to this college expecting something but I couldn't do. No, you can't blame it, right? You can't feel regret. The time has been lost. So the only thing is, from Harry to become a John, and make your opportunities yourself, not waiting for opportunities, but you have to create your own opportunities. So we MLSA club are aiming for the same reason, to make you to help you to become a John and give more as much as possibilities of opportunities. So you will be not dependent on college. Instead, you will be leading another few of people to get into place or your dream company. So it all depends on you. So how and how to do? So here we are going. So time of placement till 2000, you might ask your brother or sorry, your parents or some uncles, they will say that till 2000, those professionals till 2000, only CGPA 7 plus was mattering for to get placed. If someone was getting 70% above or he was a merit student, he was getting placed easily by one of the best companies. But later coming to 2010 decade, it was like you should have a 7 plus CGPA, but if you have done any certifications like with Java certification, Python certification, yeah, you are gone, you will be placed. But when it comes to 2017, right, it changed. There were many people started doing certifications, so the company came up with, like product based companies came up with coding. So good marks, certificates and coding, you would be placed. Like the round 1 round 2 coding, you get placed. Next, in 2020, this year, till this year, 7 CGPA, I mean 7 plus CGPA, certifications, coding, and your academic projects or any side projects was mattering a lot because everyone were good at coding. You can find ample of videos, YouTube videos on coding every day. They will say 30 days to crack interview, 30 days you will learn coding, 30 days you will learn data science algorithms. There were Udemy, there were Coursera. In this pandemic, you might be knowing that Coursera gave free access to unlimited certifications to premium colleges, not normal colleges. So many people did Coursera back to back. Day one, in day one, they were doing two certifications, sitting together with friends because there weren't any exams, right? 7 plus CGPA, yes. If you sit daily in college or a month before exam and sits continuously without doing any other things, it's easy to get 7 plus CGPA. But you should have a knack how to what to read and what not to read. But from 2020, it has been changed because after this pandemic, there are many startups rising. Also, the company is not ready to take those people who blabber about their certifications but doesn't have knowledge. The company already is going bankruptcy. That is, it's already money is lost. It doesn't have time and money to invest on new freshers to train them as per required. They need someone who has already ready with few technologies which is a requirement in the company. So as soon as a student come, as a fresher come, he should be knowing few technology, he should have an hands-on knowledge, take him inside, get him work, get things done. So that is the uh, like idea or environment being created in nowadays everywhere. So though you are have a academic project, though you are very good at coding, though you have 7 plus CGPA, you have certificates, it doesn't matter until unless you have good hands-on knowledge on few technologies. So from 2020, coding project event participation, yes. So sometimes if they took you and give 15 days training and put you up in some team and make things done right, you should be able to handle the stress. You should be able to have a good communication skill to speak with the teammates, because it doesn't mean that you and your same age people will be put up together for one project. There will be a guy who is very experienced, very professional, so you should be able to communicate well. In case if such requirement comes, you might be needed to lead the team. So in that case, you can't sit and learn or read the book and understand by watching YouTube videos on how to learn in leadership skills. You don't have time. Everything has to be implemented right from engineering life itself. So that is the reason event participation. When you participate in various events, workshop, look now, you people are already standing out one step ahead than what your friends are doing. They might be at the same time watching some movies or enjoying their weekend, but you have thought of coming here and investing your time to learn something to upgrade yourself. I can ensure that those people who didn't come might learn from somewhere, but not as effective as you, because you have made yourself time to come to such event. This is the first step you have come forward to become a John. That's why I am very happy to tell that you people are so good. And next, organize events and achievements. How come, like John, you might have seen John. He said, wait a second. Yeah, my screen is presenting, right? Fine. I forgot. So John said that he was also leading the team and conducted few events in college or workshops. So he showcased that he has a very good leadership skill, communication skill, So these points are very, very add on to your resume. You can put it as achievement section, that so and so workshop you had conducted one workshop, or you were an active member of so and so club in college and was played a vital role in conducting a coding contest or quiz contest or a boot camp to your friends. It can be small or big, but your participation matters a lot. Your participation and your decisions, what you take. So that's how the HR round runs. So it's not need of like in colleges, placements. So how do they train? They take 6 months, like at every semester they begin. They take a week from your semester. They will train you. They will go. They will say, make this resume, make a formal, wear formals, have some good grooming heads, speak some good English, and you'll be placed. But it is not true. They will put you up in various rounds and test your pressures. So we will guide you on those things in coming days. Now, so you understood what is happening from 2020 and what you should do for these things. Now, the simple solution is explore, participate, learn, grow. So what does this mean? Even our MLSA club, if you see the LinkedIn page, we have put it the same: learn, inspire, grow, help others. So with the same motto. So what are you exploring here? Whether it be coding, whether it be project, whether it be open source, internships, whatever it may be, you should explore first. Don't be a nerd. Don't be in the four walls of classroom. Don't be only in Zoom, Meet, Google Meet of only college classes. There are ample of things happening around you in various WhatsApp groups or Telegrams or wherever your Discord channels. There are communities making some awesome things. Example, even we are conducting such week workshops, right? Even if you attend these things, you will get to know many things, right? So similarly, should explore, no matter whether what is the topic. At least you should be very curious to explore. That is the first step. The second step is participating, whether you know or don't know, whether you know coding or you don't know coding, it doesn't matter. Participating in hackathon, any competition, any quiz, it really inspires you and it will help you to understand if you are meant for the technologies. Example, like suppose one guy, he comes, explores various technologies like he explores Python, Java, and HTML, C++. He feels interesting in going towards Java, or he might feel interesting working on Python, like using Python. So that is how he explores. That is how he participates in contest. He will understand, okay, I feel Java is bit difficult for me. Let me try for Python. Being in engineering, apart from till third year, you have good time to explore and participate and understand at which things you are best and which things you should improve. So you will start learning on it. So which you are best, you will, of course, you will be maintaining it. Which things you are weak, you will start exploring, you will start maintaining it. Like suppose you know Java, suppose you know web development, and you feel that app development, you need app development, you are interested but you don't know, you will start learning app development and start later you will start implementing it. So this is the way you will grow. This is the way you should grow. So you will be handpicked, you will be called for interviews directly by recruiters in LinkedIn and other various portals. So if you showcase your resume to anyone, they should be feeling like, wow, what what all things he has done in engineering. Not just going for Starbucks, but also spending your weekend nights on coding or doing some good projects. I am not saying that going outside is wrong. I say I'm also like a guy who roam travels a lot. But yes, you have to make sure you have time for these things. So I will be going step by step. So the first part is coding. When you when you when you are aiming for placements, right, the first step is coding, aptitude and coding. Until and unless you crack the coding, you don't have any opportunity to showcase what your talent is or what your projects are to the interview round, right? So the first filter or first elimination round will be coding. So if you are strong at coding and aptitude, believe me, you will be able to crack 50% of round one itself. Why I'm saying only 50%? Nowadays, you might be thinking like even TCS or any many contests are like hackathon based. They're not expecting you to clear aptitude round to coding and then come for interview. No, they are giving you open challenge. They are conducting a hackathon, giving a problem statement to you. It is up to you taking 1 month, 15 days timeline, come up with a solution and solve it. So this is the new method how placements are going on. You can explore it in Google. Just go to Hacker platform or HackerRank, or you go and see TCS Inframind has happening season 4 this time. They give up a problem to you. It is you who should solve and get recruited from them. And believe me, they're not getting recruited for only 3.6, 4.5, or 2.8 like service based, though they are service based companies calling them. They will be placed for 8 LPA or 12 LPA. So this is how the value is. And even startups, they don't have time to invest on you, on training you. They need a person who is already having good knowledge, so they will easily pick you up. Coming to after coding, you should have a good projects, because example, you have a certificate. Okay, you have a Python certificate. The immediately, if you put in resume, and immediately the HR or any technical interviewer, he will ask, what did you do after this certification, or what is the outcome? What will you say? Will you say that, okay, I attended a few quizzes and I got this certificate? Nowadays, we know Photoshop everywhere, whatever certificate we want, we can do. And this Coursera, it gave unlimited certificate and it lost its own value. And you people, like many people, they completed 1 or 2 certificates in one day two. There are many certificates every day. One of the other organization coming up saying, we will give certificate, we will give certificates. No one cares your certificate. What they care is what is the outcome of that certificate. So that is the reason, like if you know our one of the previous event, we kept a PyCamp. If you had attempted a PyCamp, if you put the resume in resume about the certificate, they will ask, what did you do? You can say, I participated in a hackering contest. I tested my knowledge using quiz. I also made a project on it, like TikTok or any game, dice game, whatever you did project. So you can say, okay, I after learning Python, I made so and so project and I have implemented like this. So this is how it works. So don't just rely on certificates. Also try to do projects, not on one technology. Try implementing 2 or 3 technologies. Coming to open source, there are ample of open source. I will come up later. Internships, yes, internships. You have to do internship to understand how the technical industry works, and student programs. So why? What is these things? Like coding, you can do anytime. Just a second. Sorry. So I was telling, like, okay, coding. Coming to coding projects, open source. Just a second. Sorry. So coming to coding projects, open source internships. This coding projects, open source, you can do anytime you want. No one will pressurize. Okay, start coding from day one. It's today itself. Or if you go to third year also, no one cares that you want to be having coding, whatever things. Until and unless you go for final year, or until and unless you apply for internships, you will be not knowing the importance of coding or projects or open source. So when it comes to, when you are applying for internships, immediately they will ask your experience and so on and so on. So all this stuff, along with these things, you need something else to showcase your non-technical skills. Nowadays it's very trending. So student programs, this is an essential part in student life, and most of the people, most means 99% people misses out. They doesn't know the value of what these student programs are. This can be done in a matter of months alone. They can sit at home and start doing. Even they don't do internship, it doesn't matter. But if you want to become a part of student programs, it's not so easy. Someone else will be competing with you, and someone else will be evaluating you in each and every round. And so we are here stressing on these student programs. So all this stuff, above stuff, we will explain on upcoming sessions. We have very good plan, but today we are picking the student program. Why? Because along with these things, these have some deadlines. Student programs have some deadlines, some conditions. So if you know those things and to apply them, you can plan these coding projects, open source internships accordingly. So we got to know what's the problem, and we got to know what's solution. Let's find out how each and everything can be solved. So as I said, if you want to, I'm just going over you on other 4 things. So if you want to be good at coding, just stop thinking. Stop thinking why I'm not able to do, or stop thinking, yeah, this coding is very tough, or stop thinking I will start tomorrow, how to start, when to start. No, start practicing. Start immediately. Just a second. I'm sorry, guys. There was some technical issue here. Am I too speed? Anyone can tell. Aditya, am I too speed? I think he can't hear me, or no one can hear me. Just anyone put it up in chat, please. Should I go slow, or is this phase is okay for you people? Fine. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the response. Yeah. So continuing, I'm just giving overview on coding, internship, open source science projects. Okay. We will be concentrating mainly on student programs. So coming to coding, stop thinking of I'm not able to do and so, and start practicing immediately. If possible, start from today itself. Take it as a challenge. Until unless you start coding in pen and paper or in editor, you will not get to know. So start from understanding the concept. Okay, you start from simple concept like arrays or what is Java or how to take in board anything. You can use this. Geeks for Geeks is one of the famous website. Is not only from Indian people are using, it's already been using other country people. I have personally got to know from them about the importance of Geeks for Geeks. So this is the best one for concepts. You put up any question and it has answer for you. And HackerRank is very good for beginning coding purpose. If you are want to get introduced, you well in colleges what happens, ma'am teacher writes in board, you copy in book, you know how to code in book, or you know how to put it up in like Turbo or Java platforms. But when it comes to placements, right, the every company or any organizations come up with third party platforms. It is not rules that they will come up with editor like Java editor like Eclipse or PyCharm. No, at those times you should be having a good knowledge of OOPS concept, because they will be having their own way of taking input and their own way of giving printing output. So it's not the same as what you do in Eclipse, or not same as what you write in Notepad or your book. So please make sure that you get introduced to HackerRank platform. So it will be very helpful for you to explore other platform. It will make you comfortable and you don't get panic. Okay. So start from very basic. Start from basic. I can ensure that you will be not be able to answer even single question at day one itself, because you will be, though you know the concept, it will be very hard. Don't get disheartened or disappointment. Uh, just go to editorial or discussion. There many people will be answering various kind of answer for the same question. Explore how you can improve your coding and what did it went wrong. Google is the best friend. You can Google anything. If not, just ask any seniors and they will also help us. So I can ensure that yes, everything is found in a HackerRank. So once you are good at HackerRank coding, right, start doing lead code or HackerRank for placement purpose. Because you might be, you should go and visit once HackerRank platform. They have contest, okay, contest section where companies come up, they put a date and timeline, and you should be able to participate and win that, clear that round to get placed, or for even internships also. And why lead code? If you are aiming for dream companies, so there are two. If in terms of technology, there are two companies like service based, product based. Service are like TCS, Infosys. Products are like Amazon, Google. And if you say dream company, this Amazon, Google, Flipkart, uh, so and so companies are there. So if you are want to crack those company, then lead code plays a vital role. You will get to know about these things. We will be going each and every session on particular things itself. So no worry about it. If you don't know, just start from today. Geeks for Geeks, take any language, start learning from today. Don't waste your time. Coming to projects. So yeah. So can you see the image here? It's called T model, T shape. It is used in technical industry. So a student is expected to be in a T model. So what is this T model? Uh, The T model means you should be having a good knowledge. If suppose if you go to an interview, I know a person, a famous person who has told their experience of TCS interview. They gave a list of 10 technologies and they asked how many technologies do you know. But that student was very good at coding. She was very competitive coder. She has worked very hard to make one machine learning project and one web development project, only two projects. Okay, and she cleared all the rounds, aptitude, everything, and in the final round she was asked how many technologies do you want. No, she told two, but there were 10 lists. They were expecting at least five technologies you should know. It's not compulsory that you should be knowing in depth. It is mandatory that you should have a hands-on experience on every technologies, like around 10 famous technologies. Example, this guy might be knowing web development, machine learning, cloud, DevOps, and any other technologies, but he is well versed in coding. Just a second. Hmm. Sorry guys, there is some disturbance at home, so please bear it. So I was telling that a person to be expected as a T model. So you should have a hands-on knowledge, just a overview of what is web development, what is machine. They don't ask you in depth. They will ask what is machine learning, what are the models you know. If you say just overview answers, that's enough. But you should be expert in one technology. Like example, you should be very good at cloud. If like interview can ask anything for you, and you should be able to answer. And one more thing will be like if they ask what is machine learning, you can say directly. You can say I haven't worked, but I have a basic knowledge on it. That is the way a student should be ready for placements. So to help this, we have come up with like introduce you for GitHub Student Developer Pack. Many people doesn't know it. Even they know it's very hard to explain others also, like how this process goes on. So and also attend live hands-on workshop seminars. So why am I asking like this? Last time someone got when visited like Hacktoberfest, 1 month long challenge. Many people like various country, many organization conducted Hacktoberfest event meetup, and they explain what is open source, what is GitHub, how do you use GitHub for your projects. That's all. Okay, if someone in interview asks you what is open source, or if they ask you have participated in Hacktoberfest, tell me what is Hacktoberfest, then you will be having some answers to explain them, right? So that is why as much as possible you should attend workshops and seminars. It's similar like web series we attend in we watch in Netflix. You can chill at home and watch few workshops. They will be having some awesome like what they say, like Google people will be coming, Microsoft people will be coming. They will be doing some hands-on sessions, so you will be having some idea of how the technical world is working on, and you will be motivated more. Start from small. It's not that you should take a big project day one itself. You are like thinking like I want to create a machine learning model, or I want to make a big website or big app. No, nothing like that. You start from small. How? Like in Python, if you're starting from Python, just create a small game, just small TikTok or any quiz type of game. First step. The second step, try to put it up in a website. So how to make a website? Just learn some basic HTML, CSS, no more designs, just basic HTML, CSS. Put your code there, just make it run via website. Next part, so as you go on, you can learn. If you are very interested in website, you use Node.js or backend PHP and so on other technologies, and you can use database like MongoDB. These words may be new, don't worry, it will be like you'll get to know these things later on. So start from small and aim for big, target for big things. So day by day workshop seminars, you get so good ideas and you can do. So as I said, explore all, master one. So as I said, be good at one technology like an expert, and coding also be an expert, but just have an hands-on experience in other technologies. We don't want ask you to be very good or strong at all 10 technologies. They ask you to be strong in one technology. So coming to GitHub Student Developer Pack, I want to show you how to apply for it. So what is this GitHub Student Developer Pack is, like as I said, if you are want to explore many technologies, the GitHub has come up with called a GitHub Student Developer Pack. They will be giving you free access to premium tools, which are like paid for $10, $5 according to in American US currencies, but it will be made free as I mean till the time you are in student life, so you can enjoy using those premium tools for your projects. So one such technology is AWS, GitHub Student Developer Pack. Just Google GitHub Student Developer Pack. We will share the link later on. So if you click on it, so if you can get to know here, learn to ship software like a pro. There are pro softwares. Which technology you want to work on? Do you want to work on cloud, or are you very good at poster making, or you want to make some designs, or you want to make designs for your website? Are you very good developer, or you want to become a developer and you want few technologies? Which domains you want? Are you good? Are you willing to make on some game, creating some games, APIs, infrastructures, Internet of Things? If you are from EC, Triple E, many people are losing this opportunity. They think that EC and Triple E are like separate, far away from CS and IS. But believe me, guys, when it comes to hiring, right? They no company will think until unless like they will say we are open for all. Just come, solve the solution, get hired. It is so easy, and they don't say that like you are from EC, don't come to our company. No, if you are talented well enough, then they will prefer you over CSIS people. Infosys, TCS, they do mass hiring. Do they care? No, they even take civil and mechanical people. So even civil and mechanical people can come and do these things, right? If they are interested. So just having an edge over others. So let's see what are the softwares you get for free. Around 70 plus softwares are given free for students, not for 1 year, not for 2 year. Most of them are till you complete your engineering life. So look here, these people like Canva, you will be getting free 12-month subscription. No, nothing, no credit card, no pre paying amount or after paying amount, nothing. They will be, if you are a student, you'll get 12 months free. You can use Canva like as you want. Namecheap, if you are creating your own, you have a website, you want to host it for public, like look, your DBMS project, you people will create a web app. Similarly, thousands of people will be creating their own DBMS or website and keep it at their local system. But you want to showcase your project to the world, then you have to host it. So how will you host it? If you go on to purchase, you have to pay from like 79 rupees till thousands of rupees. But here, Namecheap, use this. Why should you pay? 1 year domain name registrator, you will be getting 1 year full free domain. So similarly, not only Namecheap, there are plenty of domains. Look, one free domain till you complete your engineering. Coming to GitHub, GitHub has some private repositories. Just get to know. We will share your previous session link. You will understand completely what is GitHub and overview. So you'll be getting GitHub Pro packet free, and Microsoft Azure. If you want to work on cloud, right? Cloud technologies. Uh, like AWS, Amazon. It is by Amazon, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud. So these people will give you $100 credits and 25 plus their services. So what will be you doing? You can host your website inside this cloud. Example, you might be seen here. One question was third question, I think. Yeah. Uh, First question. Yes. Can you see here? He has told that John has told created a virtual assistant app using Flutter. It's one of the technology. He has developed a website. Yes, everyone will develop a website, but has been hosted in AWS cloud. It is not easy thing, right? Without knowing anything, just making a click, click, click. Hosting, no. You have to have some prior knowledge. So if you're hosting in AWS cloud, that sounds cool for interviewer. And developing a learning model using CNN, and you can host it also in AWS cloud. So this is the cool way you have to learn, you have to explore your engineering life. Coming to JetBrains, if you are using a PyCharm IDE tools, right, all these things come under JetBrains, and they are giving a free subscription to students, and they can be renewed annually. I mean, if you're first year student, then you will be getting 4 year renewals. If you're third year, 1 year you will get. If you're second year, you will get 2 years. And coming to similarly, like how Microsoft Azure Digital Ocean is also one of them, and they are giving free $50 platform credits to use. Just explore, explore, explore. That's all. If you don't like, leave it off. Educative. So educative is one of the real recent trending learning. Like you have seen in YouTube, there are various videos, but you might not get understand those things, right? Few technologies. Whereas in educative, like few skills like coding or on technology like AWS, they have wrote good documentation. Like Amazon experts, they come themselves and write few documentations under educative. But educative is paid. So if you want to prepare for placements and learn few technologies, you can't pay, right? But being a student, you have 6 months free for 60 plus courses. Everyone will put in resume like Udemy or Coursera, and in middle, one of the resume will I catch by the interviewer having the name called educative. It makes cool. You will be standing out. Okay, coming to Bootstrap. So if you are into web development, you will be having a good advantage over this Bootstrap Studio. Heroku, again, it is for deploying models, deploying your websites. This is one of the coolest technology. Even we have used this Heroku to deploy our one of the project in a 12-hour hackathon, and we also won as runner up. Also, we created a COVID-19 WhatsApp bot and we deployed it in Heroku and we won. So front end master, if you are web development, right, this GitHub student back is like awesome. Unity, it's for game developers. Education host, again, these are domains. Gitkraken, it is like advance of DevOps. Data camp, again, it's for making how you use your data. Pomodon, this is for productivity. 1 month, 10 years. If you are good at Linux, if you want to come into networking world, then their 10 years is one of the best thing. MongoDB coming for database, and GitHub campus expert. We will explain this later on. It's a very good thing. Again, REPL, it's Typeform, creating like Google Form, Autumn, Interview Cake. This is also one of the awesome thing that many professionals prefer Interview Cake for learning data sciences and algorithms. So it's very, very useful, and this is very paid one. Utilize it well. Once you apply for this GitHub Student Pack, it is only access for 3 weeks. So it's better you use it wisely during your placement season. Arduino. This is one of the coolest thing. Every electronic person says Arduino, Arduino, IoT, Raspberry Pi. Look, they are giving free Arduino Creative Maker plan for 6 months. If you want to explore Arduino, just go and explore. Quilio, Sandbox, Codica. If I keep goes on, right, there are like uh, there are many stuff here. I don't want everything to be explained and waste the time. You can just a second. I will search cloud. Why are we encouraging you to take this GitHub Student package? One, to help you to explore many, use these benefits. The second thing is we are coming with, where is that? I think they have removed. Uh, GitHub Student Developer Packs gives AWS Cloud free credits, and it is needed for our further series. Like we are going to help you teach you AWS from scratch, from basic. Even a non-CS coder will understand it. So you can't you can't create your normal account without credit card. So we are throwing it aside, and we are coming through AWS Educate, which is a program like only premium colleges have it. Okay, like RV College, they have their own AWS Educate, where they all students below them are having the benefits. They are enjoying that fruits of like creating AWS Cloud, making some certifications. So we want you to go through this GitHub Student Pack and get credits, and also they have their own certifications like on clouds for free, like badges they will give. You can earn it and put it up in your resume and LinkedIn, not like others putting thing up like common certificates. Okay, you will be having some good brand name in your resumes. So that was all about projects. So how to apply for GitHub Student Developer Pack? That's the main thing I want to guide. Yes. So if you want to get your back, I have already logged. First, you have to create a GitHub account. So this is my GitHub account. You have dark mode. Okay. This is my GitHub account. Okay, got it. This is my GitHub account. If I have a GitHub account, I can directly go to this GitHub Student Developer Pack. Go to pack, click on get your pack. We will share an article on it, how to apply for it. because but most of the people get rejected. There is an evaluation. So I have got this GitHub pack, and my teammate Aditya and Pranav, they also got this GitHub pack. So we know an idea how to get this GitHub pack. So we are explaining it. So coming here, they will ask like, you want to be a qualified student, means you should be 13 years old, you should have a GitHub user account, you should be under any degree holder, and they are asking have a verifiable school issued mail address. Like you might be knowing saptagiri.edu.in, or some college will be having their .edu.edu.in, right? Some colleges give their students also few domains for college purpose. If you have that facility in your college, then do apply with that mail id, create a GitHub account in that mail id, create uh, apply for GitHub using that mail id, because within 3 days you will get sanctioned without any evaluation. If you have a school domain, they will accept it, college domain id. So if not, you just click like, what email address do you use for skill? I will click on this my mail id, but they will start verifying you how. They will ask your college name. If I give Saptagiri College, I put Saptagiri College. Here, make sure you don't write for 1 or 2 lines. That is the major thing that you will be rejected. Write as much as you can, like almost like 50 words, 40 words. Write 4 or 5 lines. Nothing goes right. How do you plan? You just see what are the softwares they are giving. Just write whatever you want. I want to improve. I want to learn this. I want to learn that, etc., etc., etc. I will write A, B, C, D. Submit your information. Want to learn coding and use these tools to explore. They will ask submit your information. Okay, now they are asking we need a little more proof because we don't have education mail id, right? So they are asking proof. So what are they asking proof? Like college id, you can give college id, study certificate, bona fide certificate, college fee receipt. What are they expecting? They are expecting the date. They see the date. If you are a student, then they will give, look, this is a study certificate. If you ask for your college for some purpose, they will give a study certificate and put that study certificate having that date, like 2021 or 22, because if you're a student you will be having 2021, right? Or fee receipt 2021. If you have college id, if it has date, put it. Okay, so your student id or another form of proof, take the photo and upload the image, submit the information. It may take from the 1 week to 2 weeks to get approved, or you will get a rejection mail. So it matters based on how well you, yeah, there is no blur in the photo, or every informations are provided properly. So what did I use? I used study certificate because our college id doesn't have date. Next point, like one of my teammate used fee receipt. So using the fee receipt having the date, they got the uh, GitHub student back. So once you get this GitHub student back, right, we will help you out. Like our upcoming sessions will be very helpful for you to use those tools. So that is how you will apply for GitHub student developer pack. And what is the benefit? Just a second, I will show one more account. GitHub. So this is the use. So here you can see, uh, where is it? Where is it? Yes, here you can see that it's like pro. You will get an image called pro. So if
Your
anyone
screen is
comes and
not
see,
visible, Deepak.
oh my God, I think it's gone. One second. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Screen one. I think how to share this. Now, now Aditya, can you see the screen?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So here you can see that you have a badge called Pro. So they will give you, until unless you are a GitHub student developer pack, you will be getting a name called Pro. That is one of the advantage. You can showcase it in LinkedIn and all. Mm. Now, is this screen also visible?
Yes, yes.
I'm presenting projects
Yeah,
open source.
it's visible.
Okay, fine. So after projects, so this was all about projects. Now coming to open source, like previous month there was a Hacktoberfest. Every year from now is happening various open source things. So what you all require is first will be a requirement is GitHub account. So anyhow you will be having GitHub account when you have a GitHub Studio Developer Pack. Contribute to small projects of you and your friends. So that is all about open source. Open source is like you have a GitHub repository. Just upload your projects to that repository and later you start helping your friends via that repository. Okay, via that repository start helping your friends to complete their project. So slowly we'll start your open source journey. Later on start contributing to others code in some others repository, unknown people. If you feel their code is awesome, if you feel they are doing some cool projects, start requesting them, ask permission, start contributing. So that is the way open source happens. So there are many open source. Example is Google Summer of Code. This is the every student you might be not knowing, but IITians and NIT people and premium colleges people will be aiming for Google Summer of Code from the day one of the year one, first year itself. Why? Because Google Summer of Code doesn't come with just open source work, like it's a pay like a kind of internship, but also they give you stipend for working for 4 months contributing to open source. So the amount is 1500 US dollars, which is equal to 1 lakh from this year. Last year it was like 8 months and you were getting 2 lakhs. It's not a small amount. Even if you don't get amount right, even if you get selected for Google Summer of Code, you will be having the tag name with you. I was selected for Google Summer of Code, even if you don't get stipend, and that names make you stand out in front of others. No matter if someone put like I have 3 stars in HackRank or I have done so and so, I got one in Hacktoberfest. But if you say I am a GSOC, that's a small this one, I have participated in Google Summer of Code, I have done some contribution, they will blindly take you because getting into Google Summer of Code is itself challenging. So there are various other open source organizations, they are trying encouraging students, they are training students to crack this Google Summer of Code. So we are announcing one more thing about that. So coming to, if you are very good at coding or stuff, you can apply for Google Summer of Code. If you are very good at like any technology, we will explain this once again. So coming to Season of Dogs, if you are very good at writing article, if you are very good at writing content making, then it is also under the Google, but it is Season of Dogs for those people. And this is also one of the best open source contribution. MLH fellowship, even MLH gives you 4 lakhs. Yes, one of my friend got into MLH and they got 4 lakhs this year for getting into MLH, and they will also do the open source itself. Hacktoberfest, they will be giving swags every year. uh, I will show you the Google Summer of Code, just a matter of minute.
Deepak, have you shared your screen?
That's what yeah, I have shared the screen now. I think you haven't. One second. Switching the tab. Now I'm opening the
You have
website Google
shared the
Summer of
screen,
Code.
but not the slide which you are talking about.
No,
Hmm.
I have
Now,
created a Google Summer of Code website
yeah,
now.
it's visible. It's visible.
Okay. So guys, so this is what Google Summer of Code is. So just visit the Google Summer of Code website. There you can see from 16 years they are doing 715 open source organizations is happening. So if you get to know about the timeline, right? So view the whole timeline. Every year, this year Jan 30 till for organizations, because this is like a few organizations will come and apply for open source, and students will be also applying. Here Google will be playing a role of creating a platform. They are just connecting, they are filtering students, and they are giving for organizations to work on. Okay, so this is for organizations, you should not think about it. But later, after organizations announced on March 10, this is the real timeline, it's going to happen on March 10. Once the organization has been announced, you should, interested students can go now begin discussing project ideas with accepted mentor organizations. So what's happening, so you will be getting a platform. I think here, wait, I will show it. So just visit their organization. They will put their description, what they want in their project. If you feel interested, suppose someone will say, I'm working on machine learning, I'm using R language. if you are interested, do apply for us. And someone else will come and say, we are working on web development, we are using Node.js. If you are good at Node.js, do apply for us. Like that they will be. So it's based on your choice. You can apply up to 3 organizations. So when will you apply? Student application period will start. Here you have to propose a give a proposal saying that what all things you have done previously in open source world, so that you should be selected for this GSOC. Okay, so what comes here plays a role. If you had participated in Hacktoberfest, you can put it up. If you had done good projects in web development, machine learning, whatever it may be, you put it up and say, I'm very interested, and that's why I'm applying to so and so uh, technical organizations. So if you just Google also, you'll find ample of videos by GSO cracked people explaining their own experience. You just can get an idea from them and start creating your own proposal. So they are saying student application period starting from March 29, April 13. And application review period, this is for them. They will organizations will review and they will choose the best one they need. And the real project starts from, it is like internship starts from May 17th. Accepted students are paid with a mentor. You will be given a mentor. You will be put it up in their private community platform like Slack or something else, and you will start planning for projects and for deadlines also. Uh, so the deadline will be August 31st result. This is again. So student application, student project announced, you will be starting working on, you will be contact community bonding, you will be spending a month learning with the organization, you will be facing various challenges and you will learn a lot of things, experience. You will start coding literally from June 7th to August 16th. Till then, you will be discussing how the project should move on. And then you'll start coding, then evaluation goes on. Yes, this evaluation happens for both organization and that student by Google only. So they will evaluate how did you work all these days in the company, and they will take your feedback by the mentor and mentor feedback by you. So each other will give you feedback to Google. They will evaluate and they will see your work. If you are eligible, then they will give you stipend, and that's what stipend of $1,500 in India. If you are from other country, then they will give 3,000. It's based on the country, so it's based on country. So that's how. So they will give for evaluation. Mentor also field submits evaluation. Result will be announced by August 31st. Before it was like September or October, but this time it is August 31st. So you will be a GSOCR. Even if you get failed in evaluation, no matter. You have been selected for GSOC. That's the greatest thing you have done. So this is one of the reason why we are stressing from the first event that do open source, participate, because like for applying next year, now only they will start doing open source contribution for various organizations. Now only they will see once this organization is announced, right, they will go and see that work. They will start working on it for 1 year, then they will apply for GSOC. This is how people will do. So next was open source GitHub GSOC. So similarly, season of dogs, you just Google season of dogs. They also have the same what they say, they also have the same rules and conditions, but the thing is like they have their other timeline. If you can see the timeline here, I think they haven't announced yet. It is also starting from March only, so you can apply for both. Here it's timeline. Look, this year it has been started like March 23rd announcement. Application started from April. Like it's like if you didn't get cracked in GSOC, then immediately start applying for this one. Technical writing applications from June 9 it will start, and community dog development, everything will be completed by 1 year. They are taking 1 year time from you. It's one of the challenging. MLH fellowship, just Google MLH fellowship. MLH fellow. Guys, I feel that no one is getting bored, right? uh, it might be continuous from my side, but surely this will be very beneficial for you if you sustain for 30 more minutes. So this is all about MLH fellowship. They are asking to apply now itself, spend 12 weeks, that is 3 months, and you will be getting hands-on knowledge, and you will be working with international community students and mentors, awesome mentors, and you will be getting more benefits also other than stipend. Okay, so Hacktoberfest it has happened this year. So Hacktoberfest happens every year October. So you have to make a pull request. For this time it was like many people were doing spam, so Hacktoberfest came with some strict rules. So for next year, be ready to enjoy the Hacktoberfest and get some cool swags from them. Already like in Saptagiri College, like few people who had attended our event already getting swags, and few people are is on the way for them. You will find it soon. So the third part was internships. So as I said, it's other than apart from final year internship, just in case if you require, just do one internship, and prefer doing in startups rather than big organization. Because if you go for big organizations, you will be assigned to particular role, particular job in particular team. You will be not having what idea is going on in the organization or what product you are working on. But when it comes to startups, right, they will drill you like anything. They will extract to maximum potential from you. They will, it is the best thing that you will be having freedom of implementing all your own decisions and tools and technologies you have been practiced till date. Apply it, get things done. You will be appreciated with good stipends from few companies, and few recommendation letters will also be provided. The experience matters a lot. So if you feel that okay, after third year I will start building resume, then you are doing a big mistake. Right from the first year, if you are from second year, right from today itself, start building resume. What can you put today? You can put your name, details, contact, everything, and keep it up. So as you complete each and everything, right, you start putting in your resume. That is the way. So someone will tell you, okay, I have an opportunity in a startup, will you apply? You should be like, yes, let me share you my resume. That is the way, that is the way you should be. So you should be like ready whenever they call for an application or resume. So if you want to apply for internships, don't go for internshala until unless you are very versed in any technology. Okay, like there are ample of people applying. If someone says yes, internshala, apply karo, they are giving one day season internship, summer internships, no, they are losing their own like value. So just be avoid them. Put for angel list, like only dignitary company startups are there. You will also get good stipends. And someone's, if you say like internship, internship has internship, paid internship, if you go for that, no use, right? You should earn your internship, not pay for your internship. So that's why go for like angelist or LinkedIn jobs. They also have internships nowadays. Recruiters, they have found a good beautiful way of putting up the requirement in the post in LinkedIn or some portals like dev community, and you can go and apply directly to their mails. Be tuned in LinkedIn. Yes, the word. If you are always in LinkedIn, then you will get to know these things. Uh, don't worry, we will help you out to come for LinkedIn also. Coming to our main topic. So till now, it was overview. So don't worry, we have it takes same time. So student programs. So till date, these things you can do, you cannot do, no one cares at the time if you are in interview. But if you want to stand out from them, if you want to make some awesome, you if you want to get some awesome swags which your friends couldn't, if you want to guide them, if you want to take your friends along with you to some higher level, if you are dreaming of creating your own team project startups, or like you are you in entrepreneur mind, or you want to engage with developers community, learn from them, explore more and more opportunities, so then you have to enter the real student programs. So the first one is Microsoft Learn Student Ambassadors. Like I and my teammate Aditya, and we know few people in already has applied from our college. So look, we have created our own club. We are independent of college. We conduct our own events. We get guide from one of the best mentors from Microsoft. We have good community students. We have our own channels. We have our own teams, and we have our own WhatsApp groups where we will be sharing each and every day. One or the other event we'll be having. Today an AI gaming event was happening. Tomorrow there was one. There is one cloud event going to happen, and we are also, due to corona, we are in loss that everything is online. Or else like Bangalore is the hub for technical things, right? They will be having meetups. We wear cool swag t-shirts, have some cool bags of those organizations, and go to the event, get some stickers, enjoy the food, and attend the event, chit chat with the community friends. And again, their chatting is not about cricket, it's all about like how I am using my technology, and few people will be there to inspire you. And at last, you know what thing, Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador. At a certain a play time, you will get an opportunity to be referred inside Microsoft directly. No matter whether you are from tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 college, they don't care at all. They want a talented guy, interested guy who is very having more potential. So let me guide you how. So how to apply for Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador. I recommend each and every one, if you are interested to come under Microsoft to apply. Previously, it was called Microsoft Student Partner, but now they have changed it as Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador. So here you will also get certification, free vouchers, Windows 10 free versions, Microsoft Office Professional, everything keys, not one or two, but you have hundreds, unlimited things, many things are there. Everything will be free for you. Microsoft products, most of the things will be free for you, like which are given for free. There are some exceptions, okay? So this is Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador website. You can go through each and everything, like what is this, become Microsoft Ambassador, find your community, you will be having engaging with others. It's not like that total time will be devoted for this. No, like weekly 1 hour if you spend with them, you'll get a awesome knowledge about those things. If you sign in, they will ask you, have do you have a Microsoft account? How will you create? You create just like this. No, I don't have, right? So I will put a create one. I will put my example or phone number and put next. So I will be created uh, one Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador account. Where my go back. So once you have Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador account, right, you will be getting this free resources. You will be having some free resources to use later on, like few resources. Later you will get a apply now. This option apply now. They are asking here application, but if you don't have application, so what they will ask in application is simple. They will be asking your current qualification details, percentages, and but there is no not like they will remove you. It's just for their purpose, your shipping address, everything, because in future they might need to send you swags, right? So after that they will ask 4 questions, 4 or 3 questions. They'll change to 3 questions. So the first question is, why are you applying for this program? Next question, how will you, if you are conducting a program, how will you take to this higher level? Like how will you promote, or how will you do that program, or what are the things you will take care while doing a program? And third question will be, if you are given an opportunity to explain any simple technology to any layman means the person who doesn't know anything, you want to explain him. Example, GitHub. If you want to explain him GitHub, how will you explain? Suppose if you want to explain him Python, just what does Python do, or what is programming language? So you have to explain, write those content and explain them. uh, Coming to one more thing, they will ask 2 videos, okay, on same question, like why do you want to apply for Microsoft Student Partner application, and how will you explain for a student? You have to make 1.5 minute video. It's very easy. If you are going to apply, do contact us. We are in WhatsApp active, so you can ask us anytime, whether in personal message, and we will guide you to apply for any of the program. Microsoft Student, we have experience, we have selected. And Google Developer, Aditya, you take over it. Aditya has an experience of attending Google Developer Student Club, apply and getting selected till last. I will
Uh,
stop controlling. Shall I stop controlling this one?
yeah, my is my voice audible?
Yes, your voice is audible. Continue.
1 minute.
Start sharing your screen now.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, it's visible. Go on, Aditya.
So guys, Developer Student Club is like it's a worldwide club. Like many campuses will be having these clubs. So getting into lead this club is a great opportunity, because you can see that what all the opportunities you will be having. You can start a club. You can build your own community. You can conduct workshops, build projects, will contribute to open source, and you could see this stat of 90% of a DSC lead who have led their community in the college got placed into a better company than their peers who were studying with them. So how could you be a developer student club? You could see the criteria which they have mentioned. You can go through this, but apart from this, when I applied for DSC lead, there were initially 2 rounds, a Google form which we have to fill at first. The main criteria, they would be asking you why you want to be part of this community. The main thing you have to say is you should be perfect in any one of the skills. Like it would be add-on if you are good in some of the Google products. Like if you are enthusiastic of cloud, you can be strong at GCP, which is a Google Cloud Platform. Or if you have app development, you should be strong in Flutter or many other Google products you can be strong on. Or otherwise, if you are not strong with any of the Google products, you can be strong with any of the, it may be like data structures or any of the other technologies like Maran and Mean. So once you are done with that, the form consists of why you are passionate about this. So you could say that your college needs this kind of a club. So motivate students and juniors to take part and improve the competition among students, and which raises the competition bars to next level. So after first round, you fill, it takes around 1 to 2 weeks to get you. It will say, they will send you a mail saying that if you are whether selected or not. Once you are selected, you will be having a telephonic round. Telephonic round will be in the sense like uh, it will be an HR come technical round. They will be asked some of the basics questions, like what all the technologies you are familiar with. Like earlier Deepak said that what all the challenges which you ran out when you were building some kind of a project. So you should be able to answer these questions. It will be very basic in the sense it will be around whatever projects which you have developed. They'll ask questions around that, and they'll also ask how passionate you are, and have you got team to lead your DSC club in your college. So if you prepare around 1 day by what all the questions you could ask your seniors or people who have got selected into DSC, they'll give you a brief idea about it. So once you have done with that, interview goes well, you'll get a mail saying within a 1 month or 20 days, saying that whether you are selected or not. Once you have selected, you will be leading the DSC for the next 1 year in your campus. Along with that, you will be getting a couple of swags and recognition from global leaders. With you can build your own team with your college. Like a team can consist of app developer, web developer, DevOps engineer, and many other stuff. So you can conduct various workshops and seminars and hackathons with that. And I truly recommend, before applying to developer student club, you go through the process and understand what makes you to lead the club, so that you could be able to justify your answer to the interviewer when you'll get an interview call. So I think I have done with this, Deepak.
Okay, thank you, Aditya. I will continue over it. Just a second. So that was all about Google Developer Student Club. Guys, like our college, unfortunately, like only Aditya had applied. Uh, but since we are in final year, Google doesn't accept final year students to apply. They want someone from second year, first year, third year to take over, and because they want to spend time, right? They want, if we take final year, they won't accept. So that is the only reason, like we couldn't bring Google's developer student club for our college. We are expecting a lot, that at least someone from this our team who are all attending, someone, at least one guy who will be interested in applying this Google developer. You can get our guidance. We have complete support to you. Just come with more interest and apply for Google developers end-to-end process. We will help you out, and please bring more opportunities to our college. Like, look, if we couldn't bring this Microsoft Student Learn Ambassador, though I and my team and I has potential, we don't get a platform, right? We don't get a platform to guide you, or any tools to help you out to learn things. So after 1 year, like after 6 months, we'll be going out of college. It is up to your responsibility that you have to continue this Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador. That's why on January they are opening the application again. Till that, you will be having ample of time to improve yourself. Anything, it's not that you should be expert in anything, just be good at some technologies and know some knowledge. And you can also apply for Google Developer Club. So we will be expecting a lot from you. And coming to this Alexa community in AWS GitHub, so if you have GitHub student pack, you will be eligible to apply for GitHub campus expert. So just after visiting that GitHub student pack, right? Inside it has like, one just a second, let me show it directly. It's no rules that one student should not be part of multiple. No, it's not like that. One student can be part of multiple stuff like this. GitHub pack is GitHub campus. These things are not told in colleges or anywhere. It's up to us. We have to identify, we have to take care of how we will do. Okay, look, become a campus expert, find a campus. If you want to find, like suppose our college, if it had campus expert, we can find the name here, we will take the guidance from them and we continue. But if you don't have, you want to become campus expert, they will ask, first part you should be applying for, you should have a GitHub account. Next, you should be having a GitHub student pack. After that, they will ask only one simple question: why do you want to become GitHub campus expert? If you answer it well with 500 words, make sure you apply all technologies and stuff, explain very well, so that they will select. If they didn't select, they will again, like they will close your chance for 1 month, and you will be again eligible to apply after 1 month. So they are giving you 1 month time to understand. If you didn't get, you should mail them asking why weren't you accepted. They will send you the feedback. So this is how we are telling, like, okay, it's not that compulsory you should be part of anything of these things, but in the process of applying this, you will get a chance to meet many hundreds of people who has already experienced becoming, either becoming or they are part of this thing, right? If you are like, now I will Google Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador again and again, and I will get some YouTube link where someone is saying how to apply and everyone, and there he will be giving some Telegram channel or WhatsApp link or something, or some other people will be commenting there about their link, or you can get in touch with the LinkedIn and ask few more doubts, clear them, and you will find that they are part of doing some cool projects in web development, machine learning, or IoT. And you will ask them, okay, what are they doing, how are they doing, so is it possible that you can also contribute, or is it possible for you to understand that, how you will learn it from them. So this is how the community grows, and this is what called networking. You should be able to connect with strangers and learn from them, help others. Like someone from juniors will come and ask you, what are the experience of you. Just think once, if your junior is coming, applying for this and becoming a develop, using this opportunity and guiding you, right? If he asks, I'm applying to so and so techno programs, please guide me. You should be having response, right? Like one, like us, we are ambassadors, we are selected, we will be guiding you. Else, if we are not selected, then also we will guide you that what not to do and what to do, right? So the next one is after Alexa community student. So Alexa community student is still growing. So the rule is quite challenging, but you can try it once. So the main criteria for Amazon Alexa student influencer is you should be having some knowledge of voice technology. So what is voice technology? You might have heard and used the Alexa, right? You might have found it cool. But do you know that Alexa building, you can also build skills for it. Like example app, Alexa play some ABC app and it will start playing that app. Sorry, quiz app. So quiz game, sorry. So that is called as skill. And you should be having an experience of creating at least two skills. You should, yeah, your skill ID 1, skill ID 2, you should create two skills, like quiz skill, something skills, and it should be published in Alexa. So how will you do? What should you do? Don't worry, Alexa has their own community conducting every weekend workshops on how to learn Alexa skills, how to build Alexa, how to code Alexa skills, and publish it. Suppose your published skill gets famous, right? You will be getting Alexa for home, you will be getting cool t-shirts, you will be invited for workshops, they will be starting encouraging you, okay? But to become Alexa influencer, that doesn't need you to be so much expert or your skills should be so good. What is this like? Look, they just need you to create a two skills, and you will be one among these people. These people are the few people. Look, they are not from tier 1, they are not from NIT, they are not from IITs. Look, they are from normal colleges like Vellore IIT's Premium College, IIT, okay, Department Computer University of Delhi, Medicaps University. They are from, few are, many are from normal colleges, and yet they had made good achievements. So what will you get? apply for this, you will be getting an opportunity to get communicate with Alexa creators and those department, and you will be having ample of opportunity to get advanced in that technology itself. And who knows, you might get recruited by them, by you can impress them by your skills, by making some good skills and giving some workshops and all. So the next one was AWS Educate Ambassador. This is one of the coolest thing. Yeah, and this Alexa is available for whole year. You can submit it anytime. But AWS Educate, we got to know about this just a day after it ended, or else we would have bought Alexa Amazon ambassadors also. Sorry, AWS Educate ambassadors. So this is a program given for every colleges, an opportunity to utilize, like if you are a student ambassador program, then you will be connected to AWS community. So Amazon Web Service is one of the part of Amazon people, and they have their own community. You will be entering to their community. You will be directly under the guidance of Amazon people, and you will be having some feeling experience of how Amazon works. You will be like, Amazon, and you will be having some free tools, workshops, and certificates. Few things are very are free for you. So it is like, you should apply on April. Yes, April will be the deadline. We don't know when it will open. We should be uh, you should be seeing continuously. So recognition, certificate of participation, digital credentials. They will be giving you credits to use AWS, participation in AWS webinars, training events exclusively only for you guys, not for all. And this is the certificates you should put it up in your resumes, not some normal certificate. These are the certificate that makes you stand out, right? And career development, they will give promotional credits. That's what tech talks, AWS tech talks, office hours. Sometimes you get an opportunity to work in AWS office, Amazon. You have to go there, attend a meeting, work with them. One day, no cost professional development at AWS Summits. You will be AWS Summits cost like 2,000, 3,000, sometimes 10,000. So you will be giving an access, free access for them. And you will be getting some cool swags. Exclusive will be like every 6 months, they will be announcing some newsletters for you, discount registrations, early access, so limited edition game. What not you want, everything is here. Just you should be open for these things, ready to apply for these things. Next is, so this was all about student programs. So yes, coming to our last slide, are you ready? Because our next event is on placement series exclusively for third year students, and second year students can also attend just to understand what are the things, how the process goes on. So believe me, this won't be a placement series like what happens in college. It has a total different view. We will be going to, like, you should be a level where you are independent of college placements. No matter if if your college has zero placement, yes, still you should get an opportunity to hire, right? Get a recruit, right? So that is how we will train you. We will give you some guidance on how placement series events, I mean sessions goes for this. We are planning this. We are creating curriculum for this one. AWS cloud computing series, I told you, we need GitHub student pack, because AWS Educate is available there. So if we get that one, you will be available for AWS Cloud Computing Series. AWS Cloud Computing Series. Um, so before that, if you are thinking to apply for Google Summer of Code or Season of Dogs or MLH Fellowship, the chances are like very less for you to get selected, right? So, but still, you should have some acknowledgement that you have participated in open source. So that's why we have tied up. We made much effort to get tied up with DevScript Winter of Code sessions. These people, you can see this website. So I have seen many people, though we are official community partner with these people. So DevScript Winter of Code, their main aim is to help you to get prepared for applying Google Summer of Code. So I told you Google Summer of Code ask you what have you done in open source. So then you can give this example of these people. Like, I mean, look, organization, this is the same way how GSOC works. So you can think that it as practice exam or practice opportunity. So the application has been open on 30th November and it will be closing on 25th. I'm from 25th till February 25. It happens. It's not like daily. It's like whenever you have time. But 25th December to January 5, they are conducting series of sessions like 2 days once, 3 days once, online sessions on Google Meet or Zoom on various technologies. They are giving you a taste of how open source. They will help you out from scratch, from creating a GitHub account to applying for an organization and to code for it. If you want Node.js, they have the session. If you want uh, if you want to apply for GSOC, there is a GSOC a group of team. They will guide you on how to apply. If you want a guidance on how to improve your coding, data science algorithms, yes, there is a session on it. Want to become a competitive coder? We have a session on it also. So you want to invest time in AWS cloud, or you want to explore things, every session has been included. It's a power pack session, and it will be starting from December 25th. So December 25th it opens, and till February 25th you will be doing. It's not like daily, weekly 1 hour you'll be spending on how learning and doing. And the result will be announced on March 5th. It's not like selection. Everyone will be taken into projects. You will be working on interested. What are the projects you are interested? So what are the price? Of course, they have swags to top 100 contributors. Top 100 contributors, like how much you have contributed to open source. Their organization, everything has been ready. You will be getting t-shirts, hoodies, badges, and ample of stickers and few premium cheat sheets to help you out to remember few stuff while doing coding. You need some cheat sheets, right? That will very benefit. So for participants, and also you will get $20 Linode promo code MyJohn MTA certification. Believe me, MTA certification is like it's a like it's not like it's a paid one, but it's not like your normal Coursera certificates. They have their own exams, they have their own trainings, so you will be getting those vouchers for free. Okay, JetBrains subscriptions, courses, discount, coding blocks, Progate. These are like discounts. It's okay. Uh, Apart from that, if you did very well, then you get an opportunity to work as internship recognized startups and companies. There are around 100 plus startups has been registered to this event, and around 7 lakh worth of swags has been kept for dedicated for you people. So it's up to you. And if you have some idea, if you want to become a startup, you create a startup and you want to make some ideas, then they have 2.5 lakh worth of amount to invest for your start. So it's all to you. Training by industry experts. Yes, they have those webinars and sessions which explains a few premium, I mean, awesome technologies by experts. So you can clarify all your doubts there. And it's a good thing that whatever you haven't done in last 6 months in lockdown, you can utilize this 1 month of time and come up with some good productive, and you can say that yourself, yes, I have utilized my time. So how will you apply? This is not this has been removed. So currently you have to apply, like we are official community partner. So what's the benefit of you applying via us is there are from few premium sessions going to happen only for community students, not for all participants. So if you want to access those community students sessions by and get more help from the organizations, more opportunities upcoming. If they have any criteria, they might keep this community partner students as criteria, then you will be standing out there. So we have our registration link. uh, so if you go to our registration link, do fill this properly. Okay, they have sign in here. Okay, uh, I can show it another screen. So what they will be asking is your GitHub ID. If you don't have, just create one. There is no thing like they will select you or something. They will accept every participant. They are going to train you in terms of GSOC, and they will give you a mock of how it goes on in connecting you to real world organizations. You get an experience, and there are few organizations which will be again as participating in GSOC. So you can apply there, and you can say that yes, I have worked in your organization already in this under this program. You will be having one step ahead to get select from us, right? The opportunities are present, so it's very easy. Around 10 to 15 or 20 sessions going to happen in span of 1 month. So get ready. Daily 1 or 2 hours you might need to spend. So we will be sharing this link today in the group. Do register. We'll be able to track you there. uh, it has our name, club name, so we will be able to track you, and if you are stuck, we will be there to help you out. So this was all about our session. Any questions, please? I think this was very long, 190-minute sessions. I hope I didn't make you bored. Any questions, please? You can put it up in chat box. Aditya put our WhatsApp group link so that if they aren't present, they can join our group. Guys, any doubts? Any doubts, guys? At least one person, after saying so much things, we have shown you so much opportunity present. Any one doubt? No doubts? Look, we have 24. If you remove 4, also 20 participants. 20 participants and not even one doubts. Regarding anything like regarding your placements things or your project stuff or your student programs, anything you can ask. If you don't have any doubts, we will end up this session. At least yes or no. No doubts, yes, no. Yes, we will give the recording link because many people missed out. Okay, Ajani. So it's not compulsory that you apply for every student groups, but we recommend you to apply for everything because every organization has their own requirement. So what will you do? You will go to Microsoft. You will understand. Okay, they need so and so criteria. You will learn such stuff. You will apply it. You will get an experience. Look, we got some guts to make sessions because we were tested by giving a YouTube video. They asked us to make a YouTube video. That was the first in my whole life making my own video. Okay, explain my stuff. I spent my one whole day to create a script of 1.5 minutes. Though I am a good speaker in colleges and debater, still I was not able to face the camera first time. But it removed my fear. So that was the experience I got from Microsoft. It made us to explore ourselves. So if you come to Google, right, you will get a mock HR interview by the Google. How many people are dreaming to get into Google, right? You can ask about that also to them. And they are the Google people, Google employees, and you are getting an opportunity to get interviewed by them. So they will be testing your soft skills. So what else you want from them? And if you go for GitHub, right? GitHub Campus Expert, they are testing your written content skills. If you are applying for Google Summer of Code, everything has their own learnings. It's all up to you if you want to apply for one or two. It's up to you. But I recommend you to apply for all. We will guide you everything. If you want personal, you can just ask us anything. How will we, how will technologies matters in placements and how its importance varies from company to company? So when it comes to startup, right, startup people won't ask like software trainee or fresher. No, they don't ask that. Dilip, so I'm asking to you, answering to your question. So the startup people, they directly ask, we need a DevOps intern, we need a cloud intern, we need a guy who has worked on web development, we need a guy who has worked on Azure skills. They particularly open the positions for them. So suppose if you have one skill very expert and you have ample of skills with along with you other technology hands-on things, then you are the first person to get selected, right? So what happens is when you are applying, most of the off-campus companies or placements or like things are like they don't give you first. They will give you link, apply apti coding. No, they will ask you to apply using resume. If your resume gets shortlist, then they will call you for coding round or aptitude round. So if your resume want to shortlist among thousands or lakhs of people, then there are people from IITians, there are from people tier 3. If you want to stand out from them, then these technology, these student group experience, these skills you possess, right, this will make you stand out from them. That is the reason we are encouraging you people, don't restrict yourself to just coding, aptitude, projects, academic projects, and certifications. Come out of it. Explore student programs, go into some volunteering developer communities, understand how things are working, find the taste which technology you're interested in, go and directly apply with confidence for startups. If you want to go for startups or go at dream companies, apply their resume, they will get shortlisted. Is there any particular skill required for joining MLSA? Like I'm familiar with Java, so should I apply or should I learn something specific and then apply? Okay, Utkarsh, there is nothing like specific. They need only one thing, a potential and interest to help others. That is the only criteria they're expecting. So what did I do? When pandemic has started and we had nothing to do, so I came across this Microsoft and I understood, okay, their application is there. So instead of applying randomly, I thought, okay, I will do some small projects in my GitHub and I can put that link there. So what I did, I made some simple iris dataset. I made some simple, learned some basic machine learning from YouTube. Made some small certificate from online free platforms, and I told them I'm interested in machine learning. I have used Java. Yes, I have good experience Java. I told them I'm interested in Java, and I told them how I will use this opportunity to help others. That's simple. I told our college doesn't have platform, so I want to, doesn't have club. I want to create a platform to help them to come. So that easy it is. You just want to have a potential. That's all. There's no specific skills, but if you have, there's an add-on. Yeah, suppose from one college, if hundreds of people are applying, then they want to select, right? So that's why they will see on your skills. Just attend our winter of code, devscript winter of code. By the month of Jan, you will be having experience with hands-on sessions and projects with 25 to 30 sessions of devscript, and you can put it the same experience in your MLSA or DevOps, sorry, developers club or anything, and surely you will get selected. That's for sure. Thanks for asking question. I got two to three very good questions. At least you people spoke up, because after doing so much of efforts, right? If we don't get even one questions, if it feels like, are we going in the right way? Are we able to convey to people, getting reaching you people properly? And I'm very thankful for you, 19 20 people for staying till the last moment, because like we hardly got 40 students, but it drastically reduced because it happens like an event happens like that. But the real interested student matters a lot, right? So I believe you people have potential to reach high goals. You have already came one step forward. You will be given a high priority in our placement series. Whatever we do in our next events, do participate, help your friends to come, because we got to know by someone who helped us, right? And you got to know this opportunity. Just tell word of mouth in your college. How was your experience? Just post it about this experience in your LinkedIn, so that everyone will get to know that you are productive in your pandemic time. You're not wasting your time, right? So this is the way you have to be professional in engineering and enjoy. So any more doubts, please ask. We are happy to help you out. Aditya, recording off. Okay, guys, I think do participate in coding contest.